My name is Gosia, and I'm a strong, independent woman. For the last 6 months, I've been fighting with rust, tinsmiths, and the weather, only to discover that I don't have to do it all alone. Jazda! Dzień dobry, dzisiaj pomaga mi Michał. Jesteśmy kastorami. Michał is a really good friend, so he was happy to help me with my ceiling fan. At least before I let him into traffic.
Czasami się zapatrzę, ale to za innym samochodem dlatego.
Ta, pewnie za jakąś babą znowu.
Nie, samochodem. Prędzej ze samochodem się obejdzie niż za kobietą.
And then I took a really long time choosing materials. Jak tam, Michał, jak się czujesz?
Dobrze, ile tu jesteśmy?
Za długo.
Nie no, po dojeździe dojazd długo zajął. Ciekawe czemu.
Mamy styrodur długo wyszukany, mamy gwoździe w workach, mamy kantówki.
W workach.
Mamy takie piękne rzeczy, a dzisiaj potrzebujemy tylko tego i silikonu, więc tak naprawdę mogło nam pójść dużo szybciej.
No, pewnie. Lubię takie zachody słońca.
No. Ja w ogóle w którymś momencie przestałam zwracać uwagę na zachody słońca.
Co?
A teraz...
to jest najpiękniejsza pora dnia.
No właśnie wiem i to zawsze ja się tak trochę byłam dumna z tego, że zawsze znajdowałam tę chwilę i w ogóle tak doceniałam je, a potem jakoś tak teraz przez zimę właściwie trochę, mimo że zimą częściej się trafia na zachody. Ale wracam do tego, no, wracam. So there have been a couple hiccups, okay? Firstly, it was too late to install the fan anyways, but also the wood pieces that I picked were 2 different sizes. And Michał and I focused on something we could do, which was taking apart the entire dashboard and trying to figure out the cable situation that was installed by some German taxi driver.
To co tu wchodziło?
Tak. Gdzieś ją mam? A, to. Okej, ups. Wtedy klik. Oj. Hello again. The next morning, it was just me again, with another 2 pieces of wood that were the completely wrong size. Can't believe it. Don't fucking believe it. Znowu złe deski kupiłam.
Które?
Za cienkie są. In the end, I decided to just use one of the floor pieces, a 50 by 30 millimeter wooden beam that I had to cut to the size. So I asked my grandpa to show me how to use the tools.
No, możesz przystawić to sobie, widzisz.
No, widzę. Dobra. Teraz będzie dobrze. Ale urwał.
Jakby był tak, to by musiał być na stałe, nie?
No dobra. So, we're gonna start by making a wooden frame. We cut the pieces to the size and glue them together, making sure that it fits around the frame. Then I looked up my ceiling and noticed that it was not even at all. But I didn't want to worry about it. I put some glue on the wooden frame and I attached it to the ceiling. And after securing it with some clamps, I left it out for a couple hours. Hello, it's me again. So now I took the plastic frame out and noticed that again the ceiling is not even. This time I decided to do something about it. I took my sander and spent some time making the shape exactly fit the shape of my roof. Next I cleaned the edge with some solvent and filled any gaps I could notice with some more of the glue. To make sure that the opening is watertight, I put some bottle rubber tape in between the metal and the plastic. Try not to use it on the exact edge. Next, I finally put down the plastic frame and made sure it's really tight and touching everywhere. Then I drilled the holes for the screws. I actually fucked up the screws. Turns out I didn't drill the holes all the way through, and without using some kind of oil or soap, the screws just didn't want to go all the way through. Thankfully, my dad was there to help me take the worst of them out and do it all over again. Finally, I was able to seal all the edges with silicone, wiping it flat with my finger. I did the same thing inside wherever I could see the gaps between the frame and the ceiling, and finally... Next morning, I started with filling up some last holes that I had in my floor. I had spent nearly 7 months on the metalwork of this van, and I can't tell you how excited I was to finally be doing something else. The next thing on my list was the floor. I started with building a construction from the same 50 by 30 millimeter wooden pieces as I used for the fan. Every morning, I come down to the garage and I have no idea how to do something. But I make mistakes and I try to fix them. Sometimes I waste some materials. But every evening, I become an expert in that tiny, tiny field. This is gonna be my floor for now. I shouldn't be doing any of this today because I have so many things to do. But I am just so excited to finally be doing something that has nothing to do with rust. So this is why I'm here. It's my form of procrastination, if you might. I made a floor plan for the layout of the beams, and I'm gonna continue working on it tomorrow. I have one more parcel to pick up. I kind of feel like it's Christmas every day, you know? I go and I pick up some automatic breakers. Oh, it's so exciting. I may be wearing the same shirt, but I promise you it's a new day. And it was time to finish the base of the floor. I made a simple grid and cut everything to size, but there were spots that needed some more fine touching. I decided to use a sander to make everything fit perfectly. And that is way more satisfying than I can explain. I've had some late nights this week. During the day, I work as a freelance video editor, but whenever I get a minute of free time, I run downstairs to do something with the van. And I can't explain how happy it makes me, even if I sacrifice a few hours of sleep sometimes. Next morning, I started with isolating the wheel bumps, and for that I used an aluminium covered foil from Alufox. It's a really affordable option and it's good to put on top of other isolation as well, because it makes the whole build watertight. Jaka opinia eksperta?
Podoba mi się. Coś się dzieje.
No, nareszcie. Then it was time to attach the floor pieces together. I wanted to do it the right way, so I measured everything. I drilled the holes inside the beams. I got my little bike chain oil ready and discovered a tiny logistical issue. I fucked up a little bit because I didn't think of how to screw the nails into the beams, considering that they are like continuous lines. So we're gonna do something else. This is the new floor plan. I had to make an asymmetrical pattern so that I could screw the beams in from both sides. Yo guys, look at my fucking floor. Okay, now we're gonna glue it to the floor. Michał really took fixing my car very seriously, so one day he showed up with 2 of his mechanic friends. Suddenly, I had a team of 3 almost engineers at my disposal.
Walka jest tutaj twarda. Robimy diagnozę komputera w tym oto pięknym, wspaniałym pojeździe. Tylko no niestety Zamierzchła technologia trochę nam w tym
Przerast.
przeszkadza.
Mamy za nowy sprzęt. Tak.
Nikogo nie przerasta. Ja weź włącz światła. Znowu.
With a team of 4 professional mechanics, we took our time finding the fuse box. To chyba będzie to.
O ja.
And no, it wasn't even this one. The right one was located under the steering wheel.
Znaleźliśmy! Chyba.
No właśnie, w sensie to są te dwa, nie? Wtedy.
To chyba to będzie, czy nie? To nie jest bezpiecznik?
To jest przekaźnik do czegoś. Gówno zajebane.
Nie przeklinaj, będzie na filmiku. Jesteś
Przepraszam.
tradycą.
Nie, spoko, ja nie jestem family friendly.
Pozdrawiamy subskrybentów.
Za dużo jest.
więzienia.
Tak.
Polecamy Patreon, Arcovidia.
Uwaga, proszę kamerę do tyłu.
Uwaga, uwaga. Wow! Jest! Zajebiście. Polecam ekipę montażową. O, to będzie samochód. Yo!
Ładzior.
Yeah. While the boys left their mark on this crappy piece of art, Michał came to regret ever meeting me in the first place. Michał, googlujesz jak to zrobić?
Nie, googluję tą część, żeby zobaczyć jedną rzecz. A, 0, 0, 0. Ile to kosztuje? Ty, ale chyba nówka sztuka to kosztuje.
It would be very unlike a strong, independent woman to just sit and look at the boys' work. So while they were busy, I spent my time insulating the entire floor with XPS boards.
Chciałem dokręcić akumulator, tak żeby był dobrze dokręcony. Podczas tego procesu ukręciłem śrubę. Zastąpiłem ją taką śrubą, na końcu której jest inna nakrętka i tu jest taka nakrętka. I to była jedyna, która się mieści i tak wystaje. Wygląda to okropnie. Poprawiam to jutro, jadę po śrubę.
A no. Ale działa jakby.
Ale działa. Uwaga, uwaga, prezentuję.
Naczelny mechanik. Tutaj efekty naszej pracy. Jedno piwo, drugie piwo, trzecie. Ale wszystkie są bezalkoholowe, a tutaj rozpuszczalnik. Ktoś sobie walnął. Ciężki był dzień. Tutaj proszę bardzo, cała rozjebana deska. W sensie właśnie nie rozjebana, tylko w trakcie bycia naprawianą i uwaga, clue sprawy gwiazda największa estrady, czyli klimatyzacja, która będzie kosztować mnie dużo pieniędzy, albo zostanę przy tamtym pięknym rozwiązaniu. No i podłoga, proszę państwa. Ja jestem dumna. No pięknie ona wygląda. Jezu, mój kamper już wygląda jak kamper, jak to, co się ogląda na YouTubie. Wow. Poszło. I filled all the gaps between XPS and the wood with some expandable foam, which is not my favorite thing to use, but sometimes it's the only way. And I have to say, it was so satisfying to build the floor. The look of it laying completely flat at the end was just chef's kiss, so amazing. The next step with the floor was putting down the alufox isolation, just to make sure everything is watertight. And on the very top of this, I put my plywood floor, which came with the van. That's pretty much my finished floor, except maybe for the parts that are gonna be visible, because there I'm also gonna put some wooden panels. But that's gonna be in one of the future videos. I just literally broke my fucking mirror. What the heck? I was just trying to record the outro. What? Okay, I don't know what just happened. But I wanted to thank you, and especially I wanted to thank my Patreons. Honestly guys, I know these videos are freaking chaos, but I am having so much fun over here, building stuff, making mistakes, documenting all of this. And I've had such a busy week. Here are some spoilers of what's gonna happen in the next episodes. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next one.